Borderlands 4 pre-orders are now live, with 2K and Gearbox dropping a bunch of new details about the game, including price, a post-launch roadmap, and launch day details, which, if you weren't aware, Borderlands 4 will be launching on September 12th, 2025. I, for one, am very excited. I love the Borderlands series. Not a big fan of the movie. I do think it got way more criticism than it deserved. I watched it on a plane recently, and I was like, you know what? It's not half bad. Like, for a video game movie, it's not bad. Is it the greatest game movie of all time? No, absolutely not. Ready Player One takes that, but Borderlands the movie, it's okay. One of the big conversations surrounding this game has been price, right? There has been a bunch of stories of people saying this is going to be a very expensive game. 2K is going to go too far when it comes to price. However, it looks like this is going to be pretty standard because the game itself will launch on September 12th for $69.99, and of course that will just get you the game by itself, but they are offering two other pre-order versions available. You have the Deluxe Edition, which will run you $99.99 US dollars, $100 right there for the game. That will include 4 extra skins and 4 post-launch DLC packs. For $130, you get the Super Deluxe Edition, which gets you everything included in the standard game, everything included in the Deluxe Edition, along with the Ornate Order Pack and the Vault Hunter Pack, which the Vault Hunter Pack is pretty unique because you will get 2 new Vault Hunters, 2 new Story Packs, and 2 new regions added to the game, which, look, I'm not one for dropping $130, but that is very appealing. And I will be curious to see. The game is $70. If I pay $70, how much more will it be to unlock those Vault Hunters, the Story Packs, and the map regions without going over to the Super Deluxe Edition? Like, is it going to be another $60? Because if it is, then hey, that upgrade makes sense. But again, going back to what we were talking about before that, is all of this is really interesting because there's a lot of unnecessary drama surrounding this game. If you weren't aware, a couple months ago, Randy Pitchford, one of the creators of Borderlands, came out and was like, hey, $80 games are the new norm. Real fans would be happy to pay $80 for Borderlands 2, which that seems like a funny comment nowadays because the game's going to be $70. And I do have to wonder, like, was the original price going to be $80 for Borderlands 4 and there was just way too much backlash against Randy Pitchford that they were like, yo, we got to give him a $10 discount. We got to lower the price. Or was this a way to test the waters? They're like, we can go to the market at $70, but we can also make $10 more just by charging $80. So, hey, Randy, why don't you post a tweet out there? Why don't you do your little social media magic out there and figure out what the fans want? And we found out $69.99, that's what we're paying. Now, many of you, like myself, picked up on one thing during that pricing announcement, and it was the post-launch roadmap. And we got some details here. So we're going to have a bunch of new skins and cosmetics. There will be 4 vault cards, which will lead to like unique challenges and rewards. You got brand new Vault Hunters that are coming, which I think is the first time in Borderlands history we're getting new Vault Hunters. Someone please correct me in the comments down there below. But we'll also be getting new story packs. And with that new story, we have new stories and side missions and everything that's included with that. You got brand new regions being added to the map, and obviously new gear, new loot, and new weapons. Now, all of that is awesome. The pricing, I think, is fair. $70 for a Borderlands game makes a bunch of sense in 2025. But there is a little bit of controversy here. The Nintendo Switch 2 version of Borderlands 4 has been delayed. Because if you look at the announcement site, we see PlayStation, we see Xbox, we see PC, but there's no Nintendo listed. So when you jump into the FAQ, Borderlands says, Borderlands 4 will also be coming to Nintendo Switch 2 later in 2025. More details at a later date, which makes me wonder, will crossplay still work with the Nintendo Switch 2? Will Switch 2 players be able to play with PC players, with PlayStation players, and Xbox players? Very interested by that. Plus, I do have to assume, I read recently that like dev kits just recently came out from Nintendo, so I'm sure 2K and Gearbox are just trying to make sure everything works as flawlessly as possible. I would have to assume this is going to be available before the holiday season, like before Christmas, maybe even before Black Friday. We see it come out. It makes a ton of sense for this to be this game on the Switch 2 is going to sell extremely well. Now, if you're wanting more information about Borderlands, there was a Borderlands FanFest live stream filmed earlier today that showed off a bunch of new gameplay, a brand new story trailer, along with much more. So definitely check that out. But I can't wait. Borderlands 4, man, we are getting closer and closer to what I hope is going to be Game of the Year. I've got big expectations for that game. But sound off in the comment section. What do you think about the pricing, the post-launch roadmap? And obviously, are you a Switch 2 player? Are you bummed by the news that Nintendo is going to have to wait just a little bit longer for Borderlands 4? Or are you just hyped that Borderlands 4 is coming to the Switch 2 at all? Let me know in the comment section down below.